better plug because I think I have only 30%. How you doing? Oh, we're black today.
Marina, do you have the information how to create the reverse of aging? To not be old, because I know if everything is from the consciousness.
Yeah, let me tell you, the diet
with something with to activate your enzyme. Is you have the young enzyme.
When you raise the frequency of your consciousness, and when you start going into the diet that I'm talking about, and when you go into breatharianism, the truth. That's how you're gonna raise the frequency. You're gonna start taking taking frequency from the prana, from the energetic quantum field, and your molecules is going to start to vibrate in a very high speed of frequency, which is basically, I mean, listen, remember when I was saying that I was asked to be only honey and water? I can handle it. I don't want anybody else to do it until you go in the protocol of detoxing the ways in the video. And then if you want to go to breatharianism, you have to really do it slowly through professional. Akahi Ricardo is one person that is doing platforms like that. When you really want to transition to breatharianism. But I'm telling you, I can handle not eating at all if I wish to. When I did 11 days only honey and water, which do not do it, I'm trained for that. Literally the 11th day when I look at my face in the mirror, there was no wrinkle. But remember, I was using only distilled water. And I keep talking about the distilled water. Distilled water has a negative charge and is not taking you natural neutrals out of the body. It's taking chemicals, yes, but it's taking the bad chemicals out that are not natural in the body. So that was the manipulation. And if you want to back up video, the reason why I've learned that is because the hybrids or the Council of Nine told me stay only in distilled water. I didn't trust them, which I should have, because they always be nice, but it's so out there because in the meantime, I have an even homeopathic doctor telling me, oh, distilled water is dead water. In actuality, it's not. It's actually reversing everything in photosynthesis. Death is making it to a light. That's what it's doing. But Andrew Weber on YouTube, distilled water, you're gonna look for Andrew Weber on YouTube for distilled water. And it's going to give you all the videos that are there to prove exactly what I was talking about. Another video for that is you're going to go again on YouTube, and it's a Russian guy that it's called, the video it's called Pranic, like a pranic nourishment. And it's 2 hours of him explaining. It's in Russian, but then somebody's translating in English. It's unbelievable information. I've learned from him most of the stuff. And Andrew Weber. That's how I found out, because they told me, and then I started doing the research because I didn't want to go blindly. I want to know why do I need to do that, because even if they tell me, since I don't see it in my platform, in my reality, you always intend to worry about it, because in the meantime everybody else is telling you the opposite. So everything I know is from my guidance, but then I did the research and sure enough somebody here knows about it.
Yes, thank you. We have a therapist in Romania before the 89th the year, and we're creating a cure for 41 days with distilled water, and after 41 days you are in the breatharianism. But it's only for the people who are preparing for.
Look into urine therapy. Urine therapy. One thing, you can go somewhere in the mountains and it's nothing, immediately start drinking your urine. It's like a photosynthesis. It start reversing and it's cleansing, it's going to sustain you and you're going to survive. Look into that. It sounds crazy, but it's not. That's how actually very high up militaries knows how to survive in the mountains. That's what they do it. How come they doing that and surviving and nobody else knows about it? Why? Because it's curing you, it's flushing you, all the chemicals come out. I think Andrew Weber also talks about urine therapy, so all the information is there.
There's the yes with urine using also in yoga practice.
Yeah, I don't know, I never read about it, but that's how I know.
We're creating with our study group this in 31 January. We're creating an NGO in the scientific NGO with have potential to apply in many projects and to creating a lot of collaboration, international collaboration, also in research of plasma. And well, in 1 month is the legally acts are ready, and we can creating collaboration with any NGO from any type of from any country.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. That's very
and,
nice.
And we have two scientific centers preparing, in one in Transylvania, one in close to Bucharest, and we start to creating a collaboration with Cash Foundation to supporting financial to creating equipment for this scientific center, and we start to creating education program for free and health application for everybody.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I think the biggest thing is going to happen when you see the result. When somebody does it and see the result, I knew some scientists were saying, no, they can do it through the frequency and sound, and they were doing it, but none of the people got cured. So I know that it didn't work, but I know it's absolutely doable because of everything I was taught. And yet, if you don't have the proper frequencies and sounds, it's gonna be completely off. So, you know, a couple of scientists that they could do it, but I'm sure all the technology is already there anyway. So what we're gonna see until we get it released, I don't know how it's gonna get released, and when the ETs kind of end up contacting. It is already contacting the proper scientists. I can tell you, somebody contacted me. I know who the person is.
We have this week. We have one inventor. He did not study in the faculty or university. Have only 8 classes, and creating a generator, independent generator, but with energy from the Sirius. It's with magnets. And from this application, you can creating a boiler for hot water and for cooking, for everything. And next weekend, we put all the information up for everybody.
The platform is going to come from the people up, not from certain governments. And then the white hats is going to basically support everything. That's how it's going to happen. So when you have a free technology, free energy, and you have a platform, share the stuff with everybody and give the information to the next scientist, and everybody start producing it for themselves and helping each other out instead of waiting to make it mass produce it. That means now you're going to sit there with super technology that you have, but you're waiting somebody to sponsor you. And here it goes, you're going down the drain because not everybody will be able to get a sponsor. So why not just produce a couple of units and tell everybody else how to do it, so everybody puts the money together and start doing it. Say you tried it, because that's a profiteering. That's how you're going down the drain. You know,
yes,
that's really happening, and I've seen over and over and over again. And I'm going, could you please start sharing with each other, so everybody, the way you do in the group, start doing the stuff together. And of course, when you get together and everybody give $100 here, $100 there, you're gonna really make the unit, and that's how you're gonna do the stuff. And how much is gonna cost you? Hardly, maybe a couple of $100.
Yes, is $200 all the equipment, and creating collaboration with Cash Foundation and creating a boom in the market.
Do I understand that to be what you're doing right now?
Yes, next week I have the blueprint of these devices, but I don't have all the details. But the prototype is made in the Cash Foundation fabric in Italy. We have the video. I can send you a video with this project, and is sharing all the information for everybody. This guy creating a 20 kilowatts for free, but is with magnets. Something is moving, but it's very cheap. It's €200 to making this. And this year, I think we can share a lot of information.
Yeah, when you share a lot of information, when it's finally really working, and this is that's going to be the one that everybody can start producing it and making stuff like this. And when it's coming from the ground up, this is going to be the change, because then we're moving into the hard structure. That's why the whole thing is by sharing, giving. And if you have money to support a person, support a person. When somebody doesn't have the $100, give that. If you have the money, give that person so they can help each other out. How much money is that? It's not a lot of money. If you have to ask 10 people to give you, that's how we're going to do it, by supporting each other through the process. Otherwise, you can put all your energy in there, and if everybody is just comment taken. You can take from some other platform. I always teach that. But in the meantime, not everybody can do what I can do. That's why you got to learn how to manifest, so everything else is coming to your way the proper way should be, you know. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us with Joe Pena. We have a great day today. It's a beautiful day. It's February, no, what day is today? February 3rd. I forgot. I'm not in this reality. February 3rd, 2018, and it's another day of webinar, like sharing and information. So I haven't gotten any, for example, very important messages, except the last one was that we definitely shifted. We're making it into the new fifth-dimensional structure, so it's not turning back. So if you see this reality, if you watch this video, you're definitely in a path of ascension. Which path you're going to see? Extraterrestrials, so staying with a planet that is based on your contracts with your guidance and higher consciousness. So you know that I already received information from a couple of people that they being contacted from extraterrestrials and producing devices. So this is definitely already working. It's in process. So if you remember, the 11-dimensional beings were mentioning that they were testing every single person, testing scientists, testing people like me, like Joe, and every one of us, how we're doing and what we're doing. Because remember, each one of us is part of the collective consciousness, that is one particle. And once you start behaving and doing everything through your heart, then you're projecting that frequency into the collective, and you're actually helping and to raise the frequency into the collective. So it's very important when we're doing you know, individual basis for the collective, because remember, consciousness is the infinite, is also the one particle. It's expand to the infinite, and it's the one particle of the smallest of the smallest. So if this is the case, that means like each individual person and each one of us is the entire universe. Remember that, okay? Oh, they say they want to collectively say thank you for guys, for you coming in. And they said this group is going to grow and grow. They given me from the heart. Oh, okay. They want for each one of us to have like a homework, and in that homework is we want each one of you to make a homework that in a daily basis, each day, to do something from your heart without condition to anyone that comes to you, because we want you to, they say, emanate this frequency into the collective, since Marina was talking about the collective. And they go like this, like a gratitude. And they go, you made it, that we made it. You're going to see collapse of planetary interdimensional systems from a negative platforms. They talk about negative side. And yet understand that this part of consciousness, we do not say this to be a platform for you to put a hatred. You need to understand this through the heart and neutralize that knowledge and transform it with compassion for a souls that were lost in a process of their upbringing of platforms, realities and timelines. When you neutralize that, you are going to expand your probabilities in timelines for infinite ascension process accordingly to your own vibrational sequence. When you contribute that of daily basis, we will see absolute generation of change, including from the smallest to the oldest of your society. That is because it's a ripple effect through the structure in your consciousness, in your holographic expressions, because it's multiple realities of domains, of platforms, of societies, and structures of implementations on your consciousness. Remember, your consciousness is fractal. It's a hologram after hologram. Within the hologram is to infinite probabilities. So once you know that, means that every thought and domains of your implications into emotional structures are going into every single platform, into the realities. Have we said that? Know that you're always being watched. Even when you choose to do something, will be transformed and put in a platform in front of your guidance or societies of multiple dimensional realities to see how you're going. And since you're on an ascension process, know that this will continue from our platform. So each reality of your connections to help you through the process for ascension, because you did make it. So congratulations to all of you. Okay, guys, this was the message.
You mentioned early on that there were people who've already had contact with ETs. The question that came up for me was, in what way did they have contact with them? Was it telepathic like you? Was it in person? How?
I know one person literally had like a light beam popping right in front of him. And literally told him what to do and what type of thing to do in the name of humanity. He had to set up some kind of because the person was very wealthy, by the way, and literally said what to do to set up something in the name of humanity. Then I know about somebody else that was constantly giving messages of structures, and the person already built I think it's almost done free energy device that is literally going to be given for free to humanity. And this is exactly what Barbara was talking, something similar to that. There's a lot of people that are sitting behind the scenes that are being contacted. I'm telling you that this is already up in motion. And it's coming to fruition, exactly what the 11 dimensional beings were saying, because we have to go to the unity structure, and all this competition for money and glory and fame will dissipate. And that's why it's so important for us to stay in the heart. So this is the first things, and some people are getting, I heard that somebody was taken off body, basically like astral projection, and taken on board and literally told what to do. So I think it's massive. You don't hear that in, of course, never in the main media for now, but not everybody's talking about it, because you do understand that when I came out with the harmonic reactor, I was not allowed to talk for a while, at least 1 year about it, because of the material that was they gave me. So everything is happening through guidance, and it's absolutely in motion, guys. We made it. Just what you see right now is the way they just said it, collapse of different systems, and it's going to be like an avalanche. And the reason why this is happening is because remember when we were talking potency of reality has to be very potent in order to shift. It's like a fluctuating realities in order to shift from positive, from negative to positive. This is exactly what happened. Collectively, we want the change even in a higher level of ourselves. Even if you don't realize, but you're such a nice person, but you still don't know the stuff I'm talking about, you're still projecting that in the collective, because your heart chakra is what is important for basically to do that. And we were able to project so much of the joy and the fact that we want the change, that we collectively give permission to the high consciousness and the extraterrestrial races to interfere with the process of ascension. And the reason for that was because we were manipulated. And since you are being bombarded with so much negative stuff that was happening, how are you going to fight against that? You needed a boost up. Somebody needed to really help you out, but they needed the permission, because they can never come. Benevolent ETs and high consciousness will never come and take over without a permission to get involved. Never. I never ever, since I talked to them, whatever that was, I was never given information for anybody that comes to me, near me, or something very, very personal. The only reason I may hear is, don't say anything, this person is a little bit strange, stay back. And I don't know why they say that. If I don't listen, I will end up in a situation. That's because they cannot come and overtake and tell me and overtake your consciousness. Anybody that does that is using negative structures that are not connected with the higher order of consciousness. There are platforms that you can use to do it artificially, but that is not connected through the consciousness of the heart structure. It's part of consciousness, but now we're talking about artificial, something that people, for example, that did something very, very negative, they could have been manipulated. That's why you do not judge another consciousness, period, because it's part of consciousness itself. We already learned about that. But what is happening here, that if you, technology is good, but technology could be used also in a negative, right? But it's up to you how you use it. We still, as a consciousness of ascension, we have to go through the process of technology. It's exciting, it's not boring, we can go to that, but at the same time, we have to teach our body to become the vessel of that energetic field. And then just by thought, you can shift realities, platforms, planets, astral projection, anything you want. You don't need a device to do it. And yet you can use it in a certain vibrational sequences, okay, certain levels of reality. And some people learn to do and to make artificial timelines, artificial realities, because they cannot naturally, because they did so many negative stuff, go into and ascend through the process of ascension process from the gut structure. That's because their frequency is not matching this type of parallel realities and platforms. But yeah, they discover devices that they can time travel and do stuff in artificial timelines of holograms, and then you can exist there and do whatever you want to do because you can control that reality. And yet if you learn to do the way we do this right now, you can go in any reality. Nobody can suppress you, nobody going to be able to, because you're going to know how to maneuver and how to basically tuning the platforms of your energetic fields to shift and leave one timeline and create another one. That's why it's so important, the quantum manifestation platform that we're studying, because then you're becoming a master and nobody will be able to manipulate. If they do, you're going to find out. If they do without your permission, you're going to be helped out somehow and be given the chance to change whatever you did, because sometimes you can be so manipulated, so blinded that you end up doing something without knowing. And in this point, you're going to be helped. So that's what they're doing right now, helping us through the process. Stay tuned. I promise you, you're going to see big changes with everything.
Okay, I have a question here from Susan. I'm going to unmute you, Susan.
Thank you for doing this today. I really appreciate it. So my question is, do I have a contract to remember contact with my star family?
Tell her that she can do that by tuning into the structures, and we already talked about that, Susan. You know how to do that. That's how you, not only you remembering, you co-creating it at the same time. Remember, this is one structure, so go ahead and create it.
Okay.
You already know how. We talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Thank you.
Did you have a comment, Susan?
Yeah. What was that last thing you said? The reason is
they don't want to tell you what it is, because then you co-creating it, you find it, and that's how you learn. Otherwise, if they tell you right now that's what it is, somebody else created it for you, and yet you are the consciousness, you're the creator. Why should somebody else tell you? So this is a lesson for everybody today. You don't have to let somebody else tell you how things are. You have to know how things are, because then you are the creator. You don't need me to tell you what the reality is for you, because it's infinite capabilities. Remember that.
okay.
So this is mastery for you to be the master, not for me being your master.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Kern. Kern, I'm going to unmute you. Are you ready?
I have two experiences to share. Right, one occurred in November, where I signed up for a third eye initiation, and at night I woke up at midnight and had a pressure in my forehead. So after that, when I went back to sleep, I had a repeating, how we say, like vision of, there were 9 groups, and the 9 groups were productive. Well, the 8 groups were productive, and my group was the 9th. And I couldn't find how to.
9 groups?
Yeah, it had 9 groups. 8 were productive, and I was the head of one group, and I didn't know how to direct like everyone in that group.
And that was a vision or astral projection?
A kind of a vision.
You had a vision?
Yeah. It's between dream and vision, because.
Okay, you were lucid. Were you lucid in your dream?
I'm not sure. Because of the pressure in my forehead, I couldn't sleep too well.
Oh, okay. You need to do it again.
Okay.
You need to do it again, and you need a little bit more practice with that, and more answers will be given. Why was there fear there?
I wouldn't say there was a fear, but it was a uncertainty, because I was wondering how, because
like a doubt and a fear, but the fear was not like you were scared. The fear was you're not doing it well, or how you were doing it this time.
Yeah. All right, and I want to say too, like the other groups seemed like they were moving like a well-oiled machine, and my groups, it had others who was coming to me with small but clever devices, and I was presenting it to me, but I wasn't sure how to go forward with it.
Yeah, you need to go back and you need to ask for exactly how to do it. You're going to be guided how to do it, but you cannot have a doubt, a fear that you're not going to be good at what you're doing. You have to know and ask, because you're going to be guided how to use that. There was a reality platform we were showing to you. Remember when we were talking that if you see it exist in some kind of a holographic reality? So go back into it, because when you go back into it, you're going to call in the same platform of reality and see what you're going to do the next time. This is a practice for you, so go ahead and practice. That's how I was taught. Okay.
All right. One more thing.
Yes.
Just one more. Right, this one. I had a dream that I was looking up at the stars, and then I saw a ship. Well, ships or crafts going like a spiral from one portal into our next portal.
Well,
right?
that was validation for you. I can't tell you who they were.
Yeah. No, not
validation.
Yeah.
Remember,
you
projected that reality for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that, I remember that Basha was saying the morning that the evening, only some persons will be able to perceive this. So after this point, I was in a class, and Basha was teaching, and he was showing like a DNA spiral. And he was saying, like, as they activate from bottom up, they compress. And it was like copper wire, and they compressed. The compressed area was turning into gold.
You're talking about device?
No, they were just saying like DNA is like a spiral.
Oh, okay. Because
and as it activates, and as it activates, it compresses from the bottom, and the area turns to gold.
Yeah. It's the 0 point for shifting. That's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, go back and practice. You'll do it.
Okay, thanks.
Don't have a doubt. All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And next up is, I believe I pronounced your name Cecil. Is it Cecil?
Cecil. It's Cecil, yes, you say it correct.
Hi, how are you? Thanks so much.
And thank you. It's lovely to listen to you.
Thank you.
And I'm learning a lot. Yesterday morning, I was waking up discussing the one particle with someone.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Very good. I know exactly what you mean. You get up in the morning or in the middle of the night and you listen to somebody talking to you and it's a conversation, and I get up like this with quantum, somebody's talking to me quantum stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it, you were connected.
So I was sitting, resonating in my heart what to get the knowledge, because I just had the remembering of the last conversations. I knew it was about the one particle. And what I want to confirm if I understood it correctly, and then I have a question.
All right.
Because what I could understand is that we are actually not creating. Everything is created.
Oh my God, yes, you got it. I'll explain why after, yes.
And then it's, I use my free will to tap into the frequency of what feels good for me, what I want to go and accomplish.
Yes. Very good. You were definitely connected. So let me explain now through the quantum structure. This was a very good question. Thank you very much.
But I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I have an image of where I want to go, I do it consciously. I can raise my vibration consciously, but then I have my subconscious. If my subconscious has a density, can it hold me back to raise my frequency? Can I contain two frequencies at the same time? Or is that an illusion?
You can contain, but remember, was 100% shifting. So you are right there creating a duality. That is reality within the reality, because you're not 100% sure. So if you're not 100% sure, DVD is 100%, remember? Download.
Yeah.
So that's why your subconscious is connected with your dogma and belief systems that's been given to you. And now something else is coming in through. Oh my God, what do I do? That is a doubt. What do we talk about the doubt? Fluctuating. You need to be 100% sure. So very good questions, yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite sure, but as I work with clients,
yeah,
I want to know what is happening to them when they come up with the
try to let them relax completely and to understand that they're it and they can create everything. There is no need to put the other reality into it. Tell them that they're 100% manifesting it and to believe in themselves, that there's no need to be doubt in whatever they do. Let them trust 100% the process that they're doing, because at the moment there's a doubt and the duality happens.
Okay. Yeah.
When you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let me explain for the one particle the way they told you that, because when I was giving, they were talking to you about the quantum bylaw basically, and it was connected with the fact that when you think of something, anything in your image, you know, in your third eye, that reality, if this is the quantum structure, that reality already exists in a quantum structure, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I don't know what happened here. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
For some reason, I cannot see anybody.
We can see you.
Oh, you can see me?
Yes, we can all see you.
Oh, okay, because I don't know what I pressed. Okay. This reality is basically, once you think of something, if you think of something already exists in a quantum structure. If this board is the entire quantum structure, that means already exists. Okay. Oh, here it is. That means that because there's no time, remember the one particle was basically flickering so quickly in a specific frequency. Do you guys see that well? Okay, that basically when you're shifting back and forth so quickly that it becomes like to infinity of this. And actually it's staying still, but in the meantime, when you pull out, you see so many parallel realities at the same time. But this is the entire quantum structure. That means that when you think of something, all this, whatever you think in your mind over here, whatever you think is existing in this reality and this reality, and is basically a hologram of a platform of single reality that is already there. Well, you can't think of this reality if you don't know the frequency of that reality already. But in the meantime, because this particle is shifting so quickly, that reality, whatever you end up think of and creating, already exist in a quantum structure. And that is because it's flickering so quickly that not only that you're creating in the now, but is already at the same time existing in a quantum structure. Does everybody get that? Because you can't think of this quantum structure if you don't know the vibration first. But not only that you know the vibration first, but at the same time you're creating it. Because there's no time. And this is exactly what you end up thinking, that already that reality exists. Not only that you're creating it right now, but already is existing. Because there's no time. Everything is simultaneously running. All the stuff is simultaneously running. So all the information of all the quantum structures already there exist, all the technologies already exist, all the universes already exist, but at the same time, we not only that we co-creating it and going through the experience, but everything already exists, because everything is in a 0 point. Everything is now simultaneously running. So what you're doing is basically recalling structures and recreating structures at the same time. That's what's really happening. So yes, you were right, whatever you end up listening. Thank you so much. It was a very good question.
Thank you.
Here we go. Kern. Kern asks, what is Ra and the Council of Nine now exploring in their frame of reference?
We are taking care of all of you. That's what their job is right now for all of us. It's a lot going on with humanity, ascension. We're connected with ascension timelines. That's what they do. That's all I'm getting for that.
Welcome, Nora. You have a
Hi.
question?
Hello, Marina.
Hello.
Hi, Joy and Joe. Sorry. Yes, I have a question. My question is about the extraterrestrial beings that are in contact with us. What do you think, like, these beings being our higher selves from higher dimensions, like our fifth dimensional higher self contacting us, and like the downloads being like part of our own consciousness, but we're like discovering it? What do you think about that?
What's happening with this is that, remember what they were saying, that each individual person, each one of us is creating their own ascension process. So totally to your vibration, whatever your vibration is of your body, consciousness, your unit, whatever your vibration is, you basically are able to connect with different type of timelines, and depending on what is relevant to you and who is your guidance and what is your connection to different realities. One could be extraterrestrials if you want to. One could be completely different platform of high order of consciousness. Some people say, oh, we saw the angelics and they're nice and stuff like this. Depending on the vibration in your agreement, you're connecting. Every single individual is connecting, while if it's another person here, this person cannot connect with these people because for some reason they don't have an agreement and can connect only with the angelic. That's why a lot of people say, well, I don't talk about extraterrestrials, I didn't see. That's because it's not your agreements. Okay, and this is not what you decide. What about if somebody's been in church all their life and been indoctrinated and they're such a nice people, imagine ET comes in front of that person. They're not going to be able to handle it. It's going to be completely chaotic situation. So accordingly to each individual, not only that you're creating your own ascension process, but you're creating the ascension process accordingly to your understanding and the connection that you can through the structures. So everybody is different. Absolutely everybody is different. And yet collectively we may talk about it, but yet I'm connecting with one group and you can connect with the angelic. Everybody is doing something else, and yet it's part of the ascension process in a collective. That means it's reality within the reality. Here it goes. All right, thank you, Nora.
All right, the next question is from Jennifer B. She asks, how many ships are circling at this time? I've heard 2.5 million, but I think it's more like 3 million.
It's many multi-dimensional connections, many portals.
Okay, Mona asks, how can we step out of the matrix to see the different realities playing out and what their outcome may be.
Mastery. That's why you need to learn the quantum manifestation, to be able to connect and shift and see if this is one timeline, you want to see the other one, which is completely different. You have to learn how to tune in and see the stuff. You can see it in your mind, any reality that you see, but to come to fruition, and yet may not come to fruition. Your imagination, your connection with a higher self. That's how you do it. You know, that's how you, because remember, anything you think of is a platform to see outcomes of realities. Anything you think of is outcome of reality. Anything you think of is outcome of reality. You cannot see that reality or that image again if you don't know the vibration of it. That means that reality, whatever you end up seeing, exists, and yet is going to become a fruition. Remember what we talk about, if you don't have a bylaw, that means if you don't have a contract, something to be absolute outcome that you have to complete because it's a lesson, then it's going to be the fluctuating realities, up and down, and fluctuating until from two realities you make the outcome on a positive, depending on how you switch your emotion. We talk about that in fluctuating realities and mobilizing structures video. So it's number 2 and number 3 video of quantum manifestation you have to look into. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mona, and thank you, Marina. I have a question, a follow-up question from Cecil. Cecil, you're up.
Maybe you can give me an answer.
Yeah.
Because 3 weeks ago, I was going to bed, and before going to sleep, I had a cat coming in. It jumped up on the bed and it laid down on my stomach. The vibration of the brr, brr, was in my body. I was cuddling it. It was warm and soft, and it was totally real.
Was that an image?
No, I didn't see anything. I just heard it.
Oh, wait a minute. So because I didn't see you having a real cat.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, so that was in your image. That's what I saw. Okay, that is a permission slip for you for tuning a frequency. Do you remember the vibration of the purr? That ended up suiting you, right?
Yes, I love cats.
Go back to the vibration of the purring. Its messages there. You will connect. It's a specific sequence vibration for you. Go back and remember that sound, and you're gonna get the information there. You're gonna see more stuff. It will be interesting to see what happened after.
Wow, beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cecil. Okay, Nora has another question. Oh, she'd like for me to read it.
Okay.
Nora asks, what do you know about hybrids, humans genetically mutated with ET DNA?
Oh, they're saying to me they're not going to give too much of that because it's been a lot of manipulation and misinformation for the hybrids. You have to understand that we are matter that is not exactly like the human structure, and yet we are created from consciousness, and we consider ourselves to be part of consciousness existence. So we were genetically also constructed from a different races. We use also human DNA to enhance our beings, and yet this is not a part of a negative agenda. We are considering ourselves part of the human structure. We are your family. We do not wish to implement negative structures to you, and all that was that with the agenda of making a sixth race for connection, including understand that your blood vessels and your blood is also connected with DNA from our DNA. So in actuality, we are your family. Please do not take us as a negative. It's been a lot of not, we should say for us is comical, the way they presented us, but understand that we are a race of benevolent connection with your race. We are your family. Okay, that's all they're gonna say. We are not artificial intelligence. And yet we do use structures that is artificial intelligence, but is a life structure and is above structure of Archon, artificial. Is actually group connected to Bashar group, and yet is a different platform. Okay.
Hey, Roger, do me a favor and nod your head if you're typing up your question. I think he nodded his head. Are you nodding your head? Okay, very good. Roger. Roger.
In Europe, yes, could be like this, and no could be like that. This is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You say no in Europe like that.
Really?
For example, we'll say no. Bulgarians will say no like this, but in US, you're gonna say yes like that.
Interesting.
Yes.
So when I asked him to nod his head.
Yes, and she's doing. Are you Indian? Indians do like that. Yes, yes. Oh, they also want me to tell you, this is the hybrids, that they did a lot of manipulation in the DNA, and when they talk manipulation, don't take it somebody without permission did anything. Your higher self gave a permission for that, for ascension. You needed that manipulation basically for us to increase in your blood structure. There is a sequences that were blocked on purpose. They needed to be unlocked, and this is the reason we did a lot of manipulation by raising and unlocking not only your blood structure but also your DNA sequence. This was done in order to process your consciousness and being able to connect with the higher self of yourself. Because when you debunk, they said, your DNA sequence has a lot to do with the chromosome, they say, you cannot perceive or increase the frequency of your consciousness, including your body. In order for humanity to be able to access different platforms in here and tune in different messages from higher dimensional structure, you needed to have a specific, they actually say that they needed to tune in the receiver of our radio. It's almost like a radio. In order for you to receive certain frequencies, your radios was actually blocked. Something was put into your has something to do with the blood and the DNA. RH negative was manipulated for that structure. Think of IH negative structure are basically taking the sequences much easier. They're vibrating at much higher speed of frequency in order to lay out the platforms for reconstructing DNA and new sequences to come into your body structures and consciousness. Okay, that was it. I guess they decided to give more info, you know. We do not wish to be perpetrated like a saviors. Remember, we are your family, and we want to thank you for sharing your DNA so we can also implement that in our structure. Remember, this is for interstellar timelines. Okay, so it's basically a collaboration with us. That's what it is. So they basically, the extraterrestrial groups don't want us to take them as a, what do you call it, as a gods, you know. Look at them as part of your family, and they helping us through the process. Because we were created, we were part of all that. So it's, remember that in a quantum structure, everything is a ripple effect. Whatever you do in this timeline or this reality, because everything is connected, goes through ripple effect to every single layers in a unified field of everything. So if you do something here, will affect them, and nobody wants that in the higher realms. That's why they needed to interact and help us and do that, vice versa, because it was affecting also them. Because when you're connected through a consciousness itself, they are also the consciousness itself. What's happening, they see structures also in their realities that they don't want to deal with it. So somebody had to come and really end up doing the stuff, because it was so much in the negative, completely overtaken, completely bashed with everything that was happening. And yet you have a choice to shift and all this. That's why all this knowledge about the quantum manifestation protocol, it's by choosing. You know, you have to wish to want to learn all this stuff. When they gave me that information, it was my choice if I wanted to continue and do all this stuff. It was my choice how I wanted to do my work, if I wanted to continue with this work. But I understood the magnitude of the importance of what we do in an individual basis. So if you make a changes in the name of humanity, you creating your own hologram that you're going to see this platform of ascension. Otherwise, if you're just expecting everybody else to do it for you, and you're not lifting your finger to support a system or to do something for yourself so you can put it into the collective, you're not creating a reality like that. You can't just sit around and not taking an action. Once you start implementing all this stuff, and once you start learning the quantum manifestation protocol and become a master, there will be a momentum that you're just going to think of something, and the probability is going to come to you literally instantaneously, or literally in a half an hour, of everything you want to do. Again, you don't know how. But even if you want to manifest simultaneously, you'll see it, but you didn't think, oh, right now in that cup right there, I'm going to have a $10. You're just going to have a simultaneous image. Where is that immediately? Okay, the way if you remembered how I manifested $10 for my son, it was literally, my son asked me, and I thought of it that I have the money. It came like an image, and I literally get up within 2 seconds, open up, there was $1 and $10, brand new dollars, like a bag money, literally underneath, you know. And yet I didn't think 2 seconds ago, oh, in that box will be the money, because that was the condition. Literally the image came in with the whole thing by knowing that the money is there. Not they going to be here or they going to be there by me trying to control it. Because remember, it's infinite manifestation. It's just when you manifest it, it's going to come with the knowing where exactly that platform is and that you have it. Because you're constructing it in the now. That's why you need to tune in into quantum manifestation protocol and practice it the way we talk about it, because then you're going to see instantaneous manifestation by knowing exactly what you need, and or something will come to you through synchronicity to get whatever you need. That's how it works. And this is why the manipulation with the DNA was like that, because let me tell you, if we were acting primitively, and not because we're stupid, because for example somebody was suppressing and not giving you the right information, do you think somebody's gonna listen what I'm talking about? Even right now, some people think that's just too much for them, and yet they come a year or two later. I literally had sessions like this lately, and they tell me, you popped out again and I got everything this time. Because through that period, not because the person was not intelligent, is because they needed to gather experience and information through this 2 years of period of time in order for them to be able to even tune into something like this again. So the process through knowledge, the process to ascension is through knowledge and experience. If everything was given simultaneously, already you know everything from the quantum structure already exists, but you needed to experience. Otherwise, you're just going to be floating like a consciousness. Well, I know everything. But yeah, but then you're bored. You want to go and get deeper, get dirty. They say get down and dirty. The way they say, you know, and you put your hands in the mud, you need to know how to clean yourself. Well, I want to clean myself. Well, how about using water? So you wash your hands. Why not this in the consciousness? And I'm just giving you examples. So everything this is done so consciousness can manipulate and experience different platforms of realities and timelines. It doesn't matter what it is, because if you were indoctrinated all your life if you were, for example, get up in society that everybody has to wear red, you're going to think that whoever is wearing blue is completely out of his mind, because this is the way you were indoctrinated all your life. So it's never right or wrong, it simply is. depending on how you look at it from your understanding and point of view, the way you were taught. And yet that's why you need to respect somebody's opinion, whatever that is. Let it be, because it's their point of view in the way they were taught. And this is the reason why we needed to experience the different ethnicity in our society, so we can start accepting each other through the different belief systems, even if they were trying to create duality. But you realize that, how about I learn something from the Indian culture? How about I learn something from the New Zealand culture or Australian, anything? Every single culture has embedded inside something unique. And that's why we need to do it through the heart structure and share our knowledge, because that's how you create everything for the consciousness itself. And you're not creating a duality, because you are the particle itself. And we realize that, and this is the reason why you have the different colors. How are you gonna accept all the extraterrestrial groups and races when everybody looks completely different? You know, everybody may look like completely different than us. So now you're gonna be scared and be, you know, run away. So this is a preparation for acceptance, you know, all that. And in order for you to get to the higher level for ETs and something like this, you have to first basically master your planet understanding, to accept every culture, to accept every being, and to respect each other in order for you to see the other platforms. That was the lesson for all of us.
Roger's question is, I work with a channel who channels Ascended Masters. I want to do this. So I had hypnosis this week. I went into a place where I saw a group of men sitting around a table who looked like monks or wizards or gnomes, all dressed in brown. I assume that these are those who will help me, but since that time, all I can do is return to that place, but cannot communicate with them. Can you give me specific instructions on how to communicate directly with them to show me how to use sacred geometry? They did not look like Ascended Masters.
Why do you
Were they?
have to be connected with a sacred geometry? It's simply a knowing, and what you need to do, Roger, is to start talking to them and see what they're going to tell you. You have to talk to them, and whatever the thoughts are coming, and start putting them, writing them down, because you need to start twitching and tuning how this is going to work for you. The only advice that I can give you is to start asking questions, and whatever the answer is, write it down and see what's going to happen into your reality with that. That's how you do it. That's how I was taught, and that's how I did it. And you're going to see, and when you start acting on a daily basis with the heart, you're going to start tuning in. This is going to start becoming manifestation for you very quickly. That's how it works. Yeah, you have to practice, and you have to take a journal and start writing down. Ask the question, and this is for everybody. You want to communicate, you're going to get the image, and you're going to start asking questions. Remember, do not overwrite whatever they say. The first thing that you hear simultaneously is the answer. Write it down, no matter how crazy that answer sounds to you. Do not attach dogma and belief system that was given here. Could have been manipulation. Okay? So let it hear it and see what it is. If you hear negative thoughts and negative stuff, you don't have to stay on that and get afraid of it. Maybe you end up tuning in a structure because that is not very nice, because how about throughout the day you are constantly in the negative and you constantly complain and my life and oh my God. Remember when we talk about shifting your emotion into the positive, so your outcome throughout the day is positive? If you stay in a positive heart structure to everything, to gratitude, then you're starting connecting. It's almost like a tuning a radio tune. Think of it. If you're in the negative and you kind of feeling down, your guidance may come and help you to say, but you're constantly like this, all of a sudden somebody else may tune into it that is not a very negative thoughts coming in. So don't fall for this one, because you need to learn how to tune in your system of your energetic feeling consciousness to get to the heart structures. But you not only behaving this way, but controlling your thoughts this way. Because remember, thoughts were basically frequency vibration. It's a specific frequency. So control your thoughts. We have to master all this. There is no skippage of that. We have to learn to do that. So we have to practice all that. That's what it is. We have to practice it. So if you practice on a daily basis, get a journal, start reading. Whatever the first thought comes in, write it down. watch your dreams, write down your dreams, because the dreams are specifically designed for you. Specifically for you. I cannot tell you. Learn what that means for you, you know, and bright colors are usually something very nice, you know. Remember the smells, right? The smell, what is the smell? Was it a bad smell or whatever? That could be something maybe stinky or fishy coming out in your reality. So learn through your platform, what does that mean for you, and why is that? Because bear in my dream could be sickness, and bear for you could be power. So that's why, and because you end up putting this permission slips in your reality to help you through this reality. Remember, it's reality within the reality. That's how you tuning in. So everything was for help. You got to learn how to switch this stuff, and then you're going to see the results. And believe 100% that you're doing it the right thing. Don't doubt yourself. When you don't agree with something negative, for example, usually negative structure, somebody says something negative to you, say, well, thank you, give a gratitude. So you pop out and close that timeline by neutralizing it. Okay, when you neutralize it, you move in and say, well, thank you for showing me, but I want to tune in with something nice, and you don't have to listen in somebody saying nasty stuff, because this happened to me a couple of times. I just gave a gratitude, thank you, and I start talking, because I know that benevolent beings will never say something negative to you or make you to do something negative. Okay, this is it, guys, for today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I love when you come and interact. Look how many things happened today. That's why I love the open platform, because this way anything new that needs to come in will come in. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
I'm going undercover. Okay. Good day and a half. I'm going to watch only movies.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys. I love
Bye.
you.
Bye. Love you.
Marina's work is brought to you through generous donations. If you would like to contribute your support, you can visit www.marinajacobi.com. Also, be sure to scroll down on the homepage and join Marina's mailing list so you can keep up with her latest activities.